Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to A Place in Space. It's the second week of the year for new comic books, which we will get to in just a few minutes' time. However, I wanted to start by saying an enormous thank you to absolutely everyone who came down to see us for our sale here in store last week, which by all accounts was enormously successful. Thank you very much. And we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. We had a lot of fun. We dug out some stuff from the archives. We found enormous amount of rare stuff, put it on the wall, which you guys bought in a matter of moments. And it was awesome. Maybe that's someone inquiring about the sale right now. Who knows? Anyway, for the moment, I wanted to start by saying we received an enormous amount of phone calls, messages, and general correspondence from people who sadly couldn't make it down last week, which, after taking into account bad weather, apparently anyone who ever drove a train ever was on strike, and maybe there was a meteorite going on. I don't know, but an enormous amount of people, frankly, couldn't make it down to see us here in store last week. So much so we actually noticed that some of the regulars couldn't make it in, which normally never happens. So we are extending it for another week. All right, so that's pretty huge news. The deals remain the same for as long as they last. The amount of stuff we had to top up in here last week was insane, but I'll get to that in another video. So just, yeah, super quick one. Sale continues, people, for one more week. Right, let's get to why you're really here, which is new stuff. And I want to start with one of my personal favourites of all time, Batman, or The Adventures of Batman. The Continue, Volume 3. Now, this has been going strong now, obviously, for a couple of years. This is the third instalment. I'm going to return to this title in just a few minutes' time, because the certain cover I want to talk about makes me smile. But that is number 1 of Volume 3 out now. Also, DC have got a lot going on this week, actually. Lazarus Planet, which, not meteorites, but there was an actual literal volcano exploding very recently in DC, which is affecting people with the proverbial green mist of the Lazarus pit, shall we say, or otherwise chemicals involved. More powers are being developed. Monkey Prince is front, right, and centre in this one. It's all getting a little bit mysterious. This will be a series of one-shots, so the alpha will precede everything else. Please, please, please do not expect a Series 1, Series 2, Series 3. This will be a series of one-shots. Every one will have a different title from DC, so you may get slightly proverbially caught out on your toes there, so just be aware. It's been a while since we talked about this, Mr. Jeff Lemire and his Swamp Thing Green Hell, and I read issue 1 close to when it came out at the time. It was bloody fantastic. Then it disappeared, and we all cried, is it coming back? Duncan Mankey did some enormously stellar artwork in there, some of the most downright evil artwork Swamp Thing's ever had. I can show you now, it's been out for a long time. That is a deliciously done second print, so much so they've even done the spine green. I really love the colour contrasts they've done with that one there. Hopefully this means the second issue is due out in 2 weeks' time. Really hoping, DC, because that will be, meant to cross my fingers there. Alright, that'll do. Yeah, issue 1 was awesome. Marvel time. Now, I'm about to show 2 of the biggest books in the entire world right now, so maybe I don't even need to do this, but I'm going to do it for no other reason than celebrating how big they are. Chip Zdarsky continues his run to be a fabulous writer on Daredevil, consistently one of the biggest books we stock for a very good reason, one of the best narrative-driven Marvel books on the shelf. And The Amazing Spider-Man, well, Peter doesn't need any help from me at all these days, but just wanted to throw him out there. Dark Web continues to be absolutely massive, as you may already expect. Now then, this was really nice to see get as much love as it did for issue 1. Miles Morales' Spider-Man in the latest volume continues to be massive. We were expecting to be big, we took a lot in, and we still sold out. So here's hoping you guys are absolutely loving that on the second issue. And I wanted to give a little shout out here to a few other cheeky reprints as well. You've got Star Wars Hidden Empire number 1, that's back out for a fresh second print of issue number 1. I'm going to move super quickly to a facsimile issue as well, because this is probably going to be one of the biggest facsimile issues ever. And that's no exaggeration, simply because the first print of this, which is Incredible Hulk, is so hard to find. I know we always talk about Amazing Fantasy 15, I know we always talk about Amazing Spider-Man issue 1 and the Tech 27, etc, etc. This has been creeping up, at least in the first print wise, for the last couple of years. So get your peepers out and go see what the first print of Hulk 1 goes for. You will be terrified and astonished. It's very hard to find. The last facsimile they did now goes for about 30-40 quid. Any facsimile of the Incredible Hulk, for whatever reason, tends to be enormously hot, so keep your eyes peeled. I think we've already sold out of this, we're trying to get more. Right, there's another facsimile on the way from DC. That's one of the Immortal Flash races, that's Flash 123. He says far too confidently, 123, 123, I was right for once. Let's take that. And a few quick indies for your good time as well. This is Spawn, the Unwanted Violence, issue number 1. I forget he did the cover, and that's lovely. Mike Del Mundo. Wow, I'll move that closer, look at that. That's gorgeous. Black Cloak issue 1. Now this is a new number 1 from Kelly Thompson. You get a lot for your buck in here. This is a big, thick, well-planned laying sci-fi issue. I got halfway through this and I realised this has got more content in than some small graphic novels. This is quite a dense read and very good if you like your stuff from Kelly Thompson. Matt Kint throws his hat back in the indie game this week from Spy, superb. absolutely adore the concept on this one, which is hilarious, but it's full of black humour and a lot of violence. So don't go thinking it's an out-and-out comedy. It's not. It's brutal. What if you had a spy who was so good he didn't know he was actually a spy? Only carnage can ensue on that one, so yeah, that's cool. And we're going to finish off with one of the most brutal indies Mark Miller can bring you this week. This is Nemesis Reloaded. Art by the one and only Jorge, or George, I'm not sure how he wants to go around calling himself these days, Jimenez. That is delicious. And if you're a Mark Miller fan, you know what to expect. I can actually show you that. That's one of the more PC pages. But yeah, George, or Jorge to his mother, can draw with the absolute best of them. Mark Miller, as we know, is beyond dependable, so look out for that to be enormous this week. And I think I'm being told we've got a little bit of time for a few quick covers of the week and we're good to go. Black Panther issue 13 gets a homage variant, tributing or homaging, I'm not quite sure the correct terminology there, but his very first appearance cover. Moon Knight, that has a beautiful demonized cover from the one and only Philip Tan. That's gorgeous. I'm going to move that again a little closer and hope the camera focuses on some of the pencils there, because there's an enormously fine line work going on. And he also gets the Lucillo Perillo cover as well, which is very classic but very beautiful. David Nakayama chimes in, throws his hat in the ring on the Wonder Woman cover this week, which is again lovely. And this goes back to where we started the video on Batman The Adventures Continue, Volume 3, Number 1, Kelly Jones cover, who I think brought in all of his mystical powers of attempting and trying to not draw Batman with long ears. He kind of succeeded. This is Steve Beach, who's, wow, that's a lot darker than I ever thought Batman The Adventures Continue would ever look, but I'll take it. Love this. This is Jamal Campbell doing Batman Urban Legends. Just love, love, love the old school sepia tinge pin-ups poster of that. That's very cool. I'm not going to try saying that again. I'll probably slur. And I'll finish up on this. This is Black Cloak, issue number 1. I've gone and forgotten. Tulalotte. Look at that. Lovely stuff. Again, really, really colour washed out there on the cover. Looks gorgeous. So all of these, or whatever we've got left, because we have sold out of a lot, but we will be trying to get more. We'll be available on tonight on eBay, and we're in store here from tomorrow. As always, I'm going to try and remember this time, as should you. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe if you can. It does always help them out an awful lot. And yeah, all that good stuff. So I will love you and leave you for now and see you around about a week's time. Mwah. Bye.